Tidings, citizens. It has come to my attention that there's only about 1 million of Skyrim Let's Plays on YouTube, so I have decided to be the hero the internet needs and make another one. And so, welcome to Skyrim. As you can see, the game is taking a little while to load, and that is because this will be a rather heavily modded installation. And in the later part of this episode, it's going to be... It will all be basically an introduction to the game and to the setup, to the mods. So if you don't care about any of this, then just feel free to skip to the next video. But if you do, then I will tell you a little bit about what you can expect from this Let's Play, what you can't expect from this Let's Play, and introduce some of the mods we are using. So, with that being said, the first thing you cannot expect here is quality. But if you have been to my channel before, if you have seen my other Let's Plays, then you know that already. I do not edit my videos. I may occasionally cut out a little bit of it if it's really bad, or just a crash or something, but all in all, I do this for fun. I do this because I want to, and it just so happens that editing videos is not fun for me. So, yeah, I just want to be honest with you, you know, so you don't feel like you've wasted your time. The second thing you can expect, well, actually the first thing you can expect, aside of very long loading screens every once in a while, is we're going to be using a custom race. The custom race will be a succubus, and that brings me to a second thing you cannot expect from this Let's Play, and that's a succubus roleplay. I play this race because it's fancy, because it has wings, because it has an HDT tail, and I just love HDT stuff. Tails, long ponytails, it's just mesmerizing. So I have made up a little bit of a backstory for our character. I mean, it's really not that serious as to why this will not be some sort of seduction playthrough. And also because it's, you know, it's on YouTube, so you can't really do those. I mean, looking at Shinji's videos, yeah, you can. Sorry, you can absolutely do this. But yeah, so we will be using a custom race. It is of course adjusted to be all fair and square with Requiem. And yeah, if you want to watch a Skyrim Let's Play that is very high quality, that has proper role-playing, all of that, I want to take a moment to recommend you Belmont Boy's channel. He has this entire project called the Ultimate Skyrim, and he makes Let's Plays based on it, and it's just quality stuff, you know. It is truly quality stuff. So if you are into something like that, then I really recommend you check him out. So yeah, let's see, we will create our character, and if I manage to be both creating stuff and talking about stuff, I will, and if not, then I am sorry. I might not be. I like to focus on one thing at a time, especially since, you know, beauty takes attention. So let's zoom it in a little bit. As you can see, there is already a race menu mod going on. You can use fancy stuff like this. You can actually sculpt the face. I will not do that because while I may be able to if I really tried to, right, sliders. I don't think I'm that skilled with you know, mouse sculpting in Skyrim to create something presentable. So let's check some presets this race has. Yeah, of course I have all sorts of hair mods, skin mods, all of that stuff installed. Let's see. I don't really want to go with a preset, so let's just start with this one, and maybe we can figure something out, something interesting out. So this install is something I have built myself with a little bit of help from a guide called the Skyrim Legendary Extended, something like that, SRLE, from the Step Fellows, and scars for the later. So basically it contains of I don't know, 500 mods, something like that, which means that this might be a really funky experience, but I cannot help myself. I love mods, alright? I love mods, and when I see a cool mod, I'm like, yeah, I want this, and I want this one too, and I want that one too, and I need this. But I have actually learned a bit about patching the games, so I have created a monstrous patch. Actually, four of them, some more monstrous than others, to make sure we can at least adjust some things on the fly when we find something that is borderline overpowered or underpowered or just weird. Those patches won't prevent any crashing though. I have cleaned all of the merge plugins, so in theory it could work. You know, if the game really wanted to work, it can. I made sure that it can choose to work, but there is no guarantee. So if you will like the series, do enjoy every episode, because every single one of them can be the last. If the game just craps out on us, well, I have some tools to try to reanimate our save, but it is never guaranteed with Skyrim. But you know, go big or go home, right? If I want to make a playthrough that's going to be my final one, the one playthrough to rule them all, then I sure as hell I want to use all the mods that I want to use. And that's what we're going to do. That's another thing I wanted to... Yeah, I'm just... You know, it's going to take time. This is the most important part of Skyrim, creating your character. So if you don't like it, then just go to the next video. I'm just going to talk about things while I'm picking the perfect eyes. Because, yeah. I think these are nice, right? Right? Yeah, I think they are fine, but weren't there better ones? And these all look the same, right? Those... Not those... These are too cutesy, right? Yeah, those are like baby eyes. Was this those... Which ones were they? I've lost my eyes. I should have checked the number. I think they were further. Were they? They were not. I have lost my eyes. Those are 21. All right. Eye color. Well, I'll see you in an hour. No, I'll try to. Well, that's going to be difficult. Anyway, so I have mentioned before that I'm going to be playing with a mod called the Requiem. It is a big overhaul mod. If you don't know what it does, it basically changes the entire game. It primarily, the most important thing for me is that it de-levels the world, which means that you cannot be level 2 and go kill the world-eating dragon, because he will just eat you. He will stomp on you and then eat you and then just clean your bones with a toothpick out of his teeth. So you cannot really use the open world. These are interesting. The same way you would do in normal Skyrim, because the world is unleveled, so a warlock will be more powerful than bandit always. Bandits will never be strong unless it's some specific kind of placed bandit. And I think that's great. I cannot play the Elder Scrolls games without it. I have always used the Oscurus Oblivion overhaul, and in Skyrim I'm using Requiem. Which eyes do you like? These are beautiful, but maybe two Marys you like. Let's not be that cheap, right? Let's pick something more. That's a difficult choice. Bright eyes are also very, very pretty. Of course, red, because that's the best color of all colors. Ha! These are like she used some belladonna. I might have to return to this later, right? I have created one succubus before, but I don't remember which eyes I've chosen. It took me a little while to choose them. Let's make them red for now, because when in doubt, choose red. That's how I roll. Right. Let's go with the basics for now. So yes, Requiem, right? I was talking about it, and the thing is, if you are a big fan of Requiem, if you think it's a wonderful mod, then you might be in pain here, because while I do think it's a wonderful mod and I absolutely love it and I cannot play without it, the way we are going to play this little playthrough would make the Requiem Dungeon Masters probably ban me from using their mod ever again. They'll be like, this is not how it's meant to be played. And that's because what I want to do is to play the game as everything. I want us to have a chance to play as a mage, as a thief, as a warrior, depending on how we feel like. And to do that, I have made a little wall. Could you stop moving? There is a way to stop her from moving. I just don't know how. Or was that in The Sims? Maybe it was in The Sims. Right, those noses won't cut it. They will not cut it. So basically I have made a system of perks, which will mean we can get more perks than normally. They will be awarded to us after we complete some sort of challenges. Some sort of challenge, this or that. It's kind of cheating, but cheating in a limited way. And it's just for the sake of fun, and it's a single player game, so what else is there to do, right? I mean, just have fun. And we will have fun with... I think we will do, like, play the Mage's Guild quest as a mage, play thieves as a thief, not using any magic aside of illusion, for instance. Just... well, she's looking awful. She's looking absolutely awful. What's with those noses? Those are orc noses. I think we might need to do some manual nosiness here. Alright. So if you will be interested in the rules that I have prepared for this, it's not a challenge. It's not a challenge. So, you know, if you care, I will post them in the description of the video. So you can always just check. Get your hand out. I don't like this nose. I do not like where it's coming from. I need to find a proper base. This is not The Sims. You can't just mole everything. This is such a generic pretty nose, but it's a pretty nose, so I suppose we can just move it a little bit higher, right? So it's not that generic. Something I really don't like about her. That's not it. I would move this higher. Nose bridge height. Is there something like nose bridge height? There might not be. However, will we make a pretty face? Is that height? Not quite. No, it is not. It is definitely not. There are actually tutorials that show you how to make a pretty Skyrim character, but I shall not fall this low. Right, you know what? First things first, let's get those hair out of the way. And while I'm struggling with ears, I will tell you about the other mod we will be using. Well, there's a lot to say about Requiem. There is really a lot to say about Requiem, but I think you will see while we play. That is not right. That is not right. There's a better ear slider somewhere. That's a better one. Okay. This we can roll with. Yes, we will have elven ears because it's a succubi and it's supposed to look different. She's going to be pretending she's an elf. It's the prettier one. I really don't know what's up with Bethesda's elves. They are just... You know, I want to say they don't look human, which I suppose is correct. And it's right, but I just don't like them. That's about it. I just do not like them. And yeah. So there's a lot to say about Requiem. I'm sorry I'm all over the place. Like I said, I'm trying to think of beauty and I'm trying to talk about things. So my mind is all over the place. Like, it's nothing new, but alright. So these eyebrows come from the merge thing. So these are from the mod. Alright, let's go here. Ooh, these are not good. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So the second mod, the mod that is the actual reason why this series, well, this install, I suppose, that's what the name comes from, is called Skyrim the Hamster Edition, is the mod called the Legacy of the Dragonborn. It's a mod that when I've seen it first, I thought, nah, that's bugs. Nobody has made this mod. It must be one of those, you know, you check it out and it's just like, I'm awesome, and then you try it and you're like, what the hell? What am I even playing? That's bugged. That broke my game. And I was like, yeah, this mod cannot be. It's too good to be true for me. And I'm a hamster, personality-wise. And I installed it and I tried to play it. And oh my god, it was better than advertised. I absolutely love that mod. It introduces a museum to the game. And your goal is to bring all sorts of crap into the museums. Basically, you have to craft, you have to collect, you have to go through the entire game to gather some unique stuff, and you have to bring it to the museum. And then you put it on display, and you can watch it. And then these, I don't remember his name, this fellow, the museum caretaker, all right. He gives you some bonuses, and you will see it's such a wonderful mod. It even adds quests. And it gives a purpose. You know, I want to play the Skyrim and experience everything it has to offer. I want to see every quest, every location. What are those? Those are just normal ones. They are not that different, honestly. I'm kind of leaning towards these, because they are a little bushy, but they might add a little bit of character that's not, you know, oh, I have pretty eyebrows. So let's go with these for now. And what else here? There's this, she looks kind of bitchy from the side. Not sure what's the cause. Is it the nose? Is it the chin? Why do you look bitchy, girl? Alright. Let's see about this. So basically, Legacy of the Dragonborn will be shaping this playthrough. We will be playing the game, and I have also chosen a lot of mods to complement Legacy of the Dragonborn. It's basically the goal. You know, once we finish the museum, once everything is there, I will consider this a victory. Will the installation live long enough to make it possible? I don't know. It might not. But we will try, you know, it will be fun. And if you have anything of a pack rat inside yourself, then you will certainly appreciate it. And though I will, of course, do some things off screen, like crafting some missing weapons or whatnot, I think it will be a really fun goal to just fill the museum. I don't like this nose. This nose just rubs me the wrong way. I want this nose bridge to be higher. Is my mouse? Oh, my mouse is actually pointing more or less where I want it to point. That's new. But I can't find it. I want it a little bit like that, but just not the way it does it. Nose tilt. Can you stand straight? Woman, I want to tilt your nose. You see this bridge, why is it so low? If it was higher, then I could actually tilt that nose properly. But it doesn't let me. Where is bridge height slider? Maybe we should, you know, maybe we should use the sculpting. I have done something bad. I want to clear it. Yeah, no. That's too much work. That's not something I want to do for a let's play. I mean, she's not bad, but something there is just not right. Let's see what we can do. What have you done with the nose? It's chubby. I don't know, they are all the same, kind of. See, I warned you. I warned you this will take a while. I warned you this will take a while. So... Alright, what else I can tell you about this series? Because there's plenty of things. Alright, let's see about chin. Not color. I don't care about the color of the chin. It's normal, it's fine. But, you know, I would like to make this chin a little bit smaller. Where is chin? Is it here? It doesn't seem to be. Oh, come on. Mouth? Chin. Alright, we found it. So, what I was also wanting to say is something about the role-playing, you know. If you are expecting some proper role-playing here, you will not find it. I have never role-played Skyrim. There's just something about the way this game is made that doesn't quite lend itself into my style of role-playing. I preferred it in games like the Baldur's Gate or even the Neverwinter Nights, where you have different sorts of answers that allow you to have personality. In Skyrim it's more basic. It's better than in Oblivion. It's so much better than the dialogue wheel. If I see a dialogue wheel in a game, I am just not playing it. I just refuse. I boycott it. I am not illiterate. I am perfectly capable of reading 4 lines of text fully written out. I don't have to choose a joke. Like, imagine I'm playing the game and I'm trying to roleplay a character that has some sort of personality, right? In Skyrim you can pretend to do it at least. But in those games where those cinematic RPGs, I can't stand that, you know. If I want to play a game, I want to play a game. If I want to watch a movie, I want to watch a movie. But when you have a dialogue wheel and you say joke, right? And you don't know what the joke is. And your character says something that you just don't find funny or you don't find fitting. And then there's this other type of things that give you a line that's simplified version, and you read a simplified version of a thing and then the character says it. Like, what for? I can imagine my character speaking, and I would much rather read the entire thing they say, even if it's absolutely devoid of personality as it is in Skyrim. I can deal with that. It doesn't annoy me. I can just make a personality in my own head, right, from the actions and whatever. But if you force me to say things and then force me to listen to them being read out loud, why? I mean, I don't like that. I mean, I understand some people want to hear both sides speaking, but I'm sorry, I'm just straight out ranting right now, but it really gets me. I have kind of enjoyed Dragon Age Origins 1. It was a fine game for me. It was okay. Maybe not my favorite, not something I would like to replay, but I have enjoyed it. And then I saw that the second part had the dialogue wheel or something like that, whichever version of those stupid simplifications of dialogue. And I just felt like, oh, really? Well, that's one game I am not going to buy or play. Maybe I am just old. Maybe I am just too used to, old school RPGs where I can read stuff and roleplay a character and just feel it. But I really hate it. And it instantly takes me out of the game, ruins all of my fun. And, it's just not good. She's looking like half a bitch and half a baby. Maybe I should be using tutorials how to make pretty Skyrim characters, because she is... I don't like those puffy cheeks too much. I mean, I know she's got to have a jaw to chew with. I'm not trying to make an anime character or something like that. But this nose is really getting to me. Let me see those noses. I'm like, I am so very sorry. But on the other hand, I have told you can go to the other video. So I suppose I don't have to be that sorry. Take your hand away. I need to find something that has the nose bridge higher. Alright, this one has a high nose bridge. It is not a good nose, but maybe we can salvage it. Let's see, a nose bridge width. Let's make it a bit wider. What is this? That is a weird kind of thing. I think that's a slider we shouldn't use. That's too many sliders. Your nostrils are no bueno. Alright, this is the one I was looking for, the nose bridge. It's called the noscellion here. So there's the width. I hope you didn't know anyone like, it's there, don't break the nose. Okay, let's return to the other nose. In that case it might be easier. Was this the one? This one looks weird right now. What if we just make it 0? That is a weird ass nose. Kind of, but maybe less bitchy than the previous one. She's got very pretty lips. I really like them. The nose is actually looking much better than before. Get the hand away. This idol is not good for creating characters. The pro tip, if you want to create a character and you don't want them to move, then install Finis wrongly, so don't run it, and then the character will stay here like Scarecrow. So basically install a mod wrong and they won't move. Alright, so let's maybe tilt the nose a little bit up. The Cellion, it's broken. Yeah, that doesn't really work, does it? It's not even the Cellion, it's not even the bridge. It is it just breaks the nose. That's about it. The nose is a little bit puffy, but I think that's okay, because I don't want it to look like some sort of extremely supermodel nose. She's going to have bushy eyebrows. She's going to have pretty lips. Rather gentle face that makes her look like half a baby and half a bitch. Look at this face. There's something about her profile that just makes her look unpleasant. Well, more so this one, right? I guess this is her good side then. Alright, let's see about the mouth. Let's see if we can just make it a little bit smiling. There is something about it here, I'm sure. Yeah, mouth smile. That is quite drastic. I just want a little bit of smile. Well, I wouldn't call this my perfect character, but you know what? We will love who we've made. She's okay. Those mods for skins are wonderful. You know, I remember when I have first played Skyrim. I think it was 2010 it came out, and one other friend at my university was really into it, and I was really into it. So I have bought the Skyrim, and I was like, oh, finally, the Elder Scrolls V hype. And I started to create my character. I don't know if you have played Vanilla Skyrim, I don't know if you have seen it, but they all have wrinkles on the forehead. I mean, I get it. I totally get it. It's a rough weather. It's Skyrim. There's tough Nords. The women are tough. Everybody's broken by life. But why? when I play a game, I want my character to be pretty, I want my character to be handsome, whichever. But it's a game, you know, it's a sort of fantasy. Why does she have those bonuses? Maybe it just says it. I have reduced those in the patch for the race because I like to start with everything at 5. So I hope they will be gone. I hope it just says so here. Oh, it doesn't. Those are just for the normal races. Alright, so maybe it will be alright. If you want to read the lore of the person who made it for the succubus, you can right here. But yeah, alright, so let's just choose some fun stuff like scars and war paint. That's too cliche. That's uninteresting. Cat scar. We can get this if we don't find anything better. Let's see. Somebody was playing tic-tac-toe. That's not the one. Some sort of a Chelsea Green situation going on here. That is a lot of scars. Burn scars, right? Uninspired. I mean, they are all very well done. I'm absolutely not dissing the mod. I'm just looking for something for a character. I think I'm going to go for a cat scratch because, you know, you can't go wrong with cat. And this will remind us of cats. That's how cats roll, right? I would know. I have lived with cats for a long time. War paint. Let's choose a color. Now let's first choose a war paint. Then we will think about the color. I don't know if we will use any. Let's see what they offer. What is this? It's a little bit of a makeup, something dramatic. That's a pretty one. We might go with this 18. It goes well with our cat scar. This is quite magical. This also doesn't go too badly with the cat scar. What's this? Oh, that's a little moon and stars. How sweet and yet unfitting. Alright, so what was it? 18, right? What's this? This is like a high school makeup kind of thing. This one is pretty. Alright, let's go with this one. And we can of course change it during the game. There is the race menu plugin, so no problem. Also, I wanted to get those eyes a little bit closer to one another, I think. Right? Not too much, but a bit. Right? A bit more? No. So they were kind of... Alright. So... let's choose the hair first. It's going to be one of the AGT hairstyles. This is the basic one, the first one. The ponytail that everybody was using at the time. Because I think it was the only AGT hairstyle. But now there is plenty. And you can't see them move right now, but you will once the character is actually in game. I have one in mind. And it's this one. And you will see why. It has a long braid and it's almost like a tail, so definitely choosing that one. Okay, what sort of hair color do we want on her? And then we will choose the eyes that fit it. Redhead? Maybe. Let's see how you would look. I want something kind of natural. Blonde. White. Wow, that's not going to work with our E and B. Okay, so let's forget about white, at least for now. Blonde, how about black? Nah, I got dark hair. I don't want her to look like me. That's narcissistic. Red is a beautiful color, but so unnatural. And I'm kind of into natural hair colors lately. This is saturation, right? Maybe some sort of brown, hazel kind of thing. Something like that. Do you think? It's a natural but lively color. We can always recolor it later. Can I change the color of the eyebrows? That's a very important question. Eyes, eye tint, eyeliner color. I will be back here, but I want to see cheek color. I guess we can put on some makeup, but I want to see the eyebrows. Hair. Was it changing along with hair? Show me. Yeah, it was. All right, so it's just they are ready as they should be. All right, never mind then. All right. Sorry, war paint color. We could change it to something interesting. Only it just went and disappeared entirely. Here it is. All right, so brighter. What sort of color would fit? Something that would make her a little bit more alive feeling. Blue? Brown and blue are a pretty combination. Alright, let's do something like that. So yeah, as far as role-playing goes, yeah, I will start the next episode from it, because that's something everybody should hear, even if they skip this absolutely riveting episode number 0. So yeah, I'll tell you about something about her and the way we will roleplay next time. So for now, let's just chill. I think I have said most of the important things, most of the things that could matter here. Now let's see about the lips. What sort of lips would we want? Blue? No, blue doesn't look so good. How about we desaturate this? That is nothing great. I guess red will be the way to go, won't it? Or just no lipstick at all. Yeah, that doesn't look good. I think we might go with no lipstick. Looks a little bit pale. Something like this. More natural. Yeah, because I don't want her to look like she's going to a prom, you know. It's not going to be very law-friendly, but it's just... keep the appearances, at least. Keep the appearances. And what else do we have here? Colors. Skin tone. War paint color. Her eyeliner. She has some on. Alright, well that's fine. Eyeshadow. Let's see about making this blue as well. Blue. Blue. I can't see it almost at all. Cheek color. What does it do? Ooh, there. Alright, so if anything, it's going to be rosy. but I'm not sure about that. Maybe a little bit of it, right? Just, it's way too much. Just a little bit so she doesn't look so pale. And cheek color lower, nose color, neck, forehead, lip color, alright. Makeup! That looks like stuff that will probably not work. It usually doesn't work, so I will just ignore it. Body scales, height, head, breasts. We do not want to make weapons enormous or anything like that. Magic beasts, weapons, poses. I could have changed the pose here so she stopped moving. I have completely forgotten about this. My bad. There is a pose here, I think. Yeah, see? You don't have to install the mod wrong. You can just make her stop moving. But you would have to not forget about this. Yes, we do not have that. Oh, I hope I have installed all the mods correctly. I have checked, but there might be some accidental butt popping out because this race. The thing is with this race is I have installed a body replacer that has underwear on. But since this is a custom race, it uses a custom body. And this custom body does not have an underwear. And I could use, copy the other body to here so that it use it, but I was like, I don't wanna. I have done it in the past and it was quite troublesome because it didn't really want to work and I was checking stuff and I have finally made it work, but I just didn't want to. So I was like, okay, just don't ever take off her clothes. So let's hope that there isn't a quest in the game that actually disrobes the player, because then it will be a whoopsie, because it's a YouTube series and obviously that would not be right. I am sorry, but I don't like this. I don't like this color. I think it looked much better with different colors. Something more brownish, perhaps. Something like that, even gray. Yeah, I think that actually looks better. The blue was... no, cancel. The blue was overdoing it. Alright, so let's return to the nemesis of character creation and let's pick the eye color that fits her. Because the red, it just doesn't... it doesn't look as good. I want something that's interesting, but at the same time not too weird. Not too Mary Sue-ish. We're going to be a Mary Sue anyway. The Dragonborn is a Mary Sue. So. These are interesting, right? 52, let's remember that these are... they make her look peculiar. This is kind of good. No bloodshot eyes, please. The green ones are also pretty nice. It's too much of the same. See, these don't look that great anymore. They looked really nicely before, but there's a need for some contrast, but not overdoing it. These are fine, but I actually like those other ones more. Right? These are just not as impressive with this kind of tire. We'll see. Maybe something happens during the game that will cause us to change the eyes. Way too long. Way too much time spent in front of the computer screen. Right, so how about those yellow ones? Those are kind of pretty too, right? They add some life to her. What were the other ones I was considering? Of course I have forgotten. This is the ones, right? Maybe the yellow ones. Alright, let's go with yellow ones. They are kind of different than normal, but at the same time it's not some heterochromia or something. Brows. Yeah, let's keep those bushy brows. They are not perfect, but that's exactly what I wanted, so... okay! I think that's going to be our character. Let's finish. Let's name her Saria. Let's accept. And now you can watch this shit show that's going to be all of my mouse loading, sorry. So, the thing you are witnessing right now is the reason why every episode may be the last. I have done my best to make them work together. But I am no master of modding. I am not. Also, I didn't really have the time to spend 2 months patching them, so that's also a thing. I have not written any scripts, anything like that. So, alright, let's let them load. We are in the jail. Well, there's a camera mod that I will have to configure. There's a lot of mods I will have to configure. I will show you in just a second, but see the hair? The hair is just too awesome. I absolutely love this braid. So I might change it at some point, but surely not anytime soon, and I will be back to it. So here's the thing. I am using the ELFX Enhancer, which makes the interiors very dark, which is very fun in caves, but maybe it's a little bit too fun. Yes, so let's do it like this. Save 001, well, 001. Beginning. And now let's open the console, Ctrl Shift, and let's do a little bit of a change here. Which one was it? I think it was, hey. Effect. NB effect. Yeah. All right. So let's set it to 0.1 and see what happens. It's a little bit brighter. I don't want to make it too bright because, you know, caves are supposed to be dark and interiors are supposed to be dark. But yeah, okay, we can see the bed. So I don't know if you can see it on YouTube. All right, let's make it a little bit better. Let's make it at 1.3 maybe. So we can always change it. I will actually review the video later, and of course I will be using torches and lights. That's the point of it, so that if you are going to a cave, you actually have to use a torch. But I just wanted it to be visible because there is some light here. So I am not going to actually start this episode. We will do this in the next one. The only thing I want to do in this episode is to show you a little bit of mods we will be using and to talk a little bit about them. Again, if you don't care about this, then please go to the next video because that's about it. I will just go through this list, say a few words about each of those mods. If you don't care, then I will see you in the next video. If you do, then let's roll. So A Matter of Time is a simple mod that will add a clock widget to our interface. You can see, but this is so pretty. You can choose very pretty clocks here, but I will not. I will choose a very minimalistic one and I will set it nicely with the compass. Afterlife is a mod I have never played with. I have patched it for Requiem, but I hope it will work. Perhaps we will be playing for so long that we will actually get the ghosts update. I don't know. So either way, this makes it so that when we soul trap somebody, they will either go to the soul cairn, or if they die, they will go to the Sovngarde, if that's where they belong. We will see the effects of this mod much later in this series if it lives that long. I wouldn't say last because it's not really about whether I want to or not, but whether this modding endeavor was successful or not. Apocalypse, it adds some very fun spells into the game. We will be seeing them throughout the entire playthrough, so we will be having plenty of chances to check it. That's self-explanatory. Better vampires will come to effect if we become a vampire. And that's when we will take a closer look at it. There is no need to do this right now. that's some fun effects of spells and whatever. It's just utility, bounty gold. We can actually make so that bounties for things are sensible. I think Requiem might be doing this, but I think I have also blocked changes in my patch so that this mod can take precedence, but I don't think we will be bounty hunting that much, so... Immersive College of Winterhold. This is a very fun mod that overhauls the College of Winterhold so that it actually feels, well, kind of epic, you know? Magic, stuff. I had a crash with it last time I was playing with it, and it was related to doors that were closing themselves, so if this option is still here... yeah, this one. It will be off because, well, it's fun. I had a crash with it, so I prefer to keep it off. Campfire. That's an important mod because we will also be playing with survival mods, and we will be playing with Frosfall. We will be playing with realistic needs and diseases. I know of I have played with I before, but I've decided to just, you know, switch it up a bit and try realistic needs and diseases for now. And we will be also playing with Campfire. That's a pretty good companion mod to Frostfall. I think it's also from Chesco, right? He makes amazing survival mods. Absolutely amazing mods. I have even my old profile here. Maybe I won't have to set up everything. Currently Tower Reborn. I actually wanted to... I think I wanted to remove this. But I was too late because I have already integrated it. Because I'm not sure we will be doing this one. But it's a very well-made mod. So, well, it has some collecting. So maybe we will be doing this after all. So yeah, it's a very fun mod. I have never played it. I've never gotten it. So maybe it's a good thing it stayed. I was just trying to reduce the amount of mods we have. And Legacy requires a lot of mods as is. But what's one mod more, you know? We have Kako here, Complete Alchemy and Cooking Overhaul. It's an amazing mod. I have never played with it, but I have read about it, and it sounds absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. This will have to go because Requiem does not allow it, probably. We'll have to... I have Requiem patch for it. So this is probably patched. It will probably work as it should, but there is an MCM menu, so we can always change it. We can always just adjust it to the way we want to play it so that it's fair and it's balanced and it's fun. Either way, I've decided to use this because Alchemy in Requiem is pretty imbalanced. It's a very easy way to make a ton of cash, and yeah, let's try something more challenging, right? Something more complex. It might be pretty complex. I have never tried it, and it might be fun to discover it and feature it. Complete Crafting Overhaul. This is an amazing mod that changes the crafting, and it also allows us to, for instance, set. I will of course set it up later off screen. All of those mods. It also allows us to, for instance, set that when we are mining, we don't have to watch our character hit the stone 9 times. We can set it to 3, for instance, which is much more fun, especially for watching, but also for playing. And I'm sorry, I have to take a drink. That's a lot of jammering, jabbering, gibbering, whatever. Alright, customizable camera. I really like this mod. It will allow us to set up our camera so that it doesn't do this thing where it zooms all the way up or just has a cross, what's this called? Crosshair over the character's shoulder. I don't like it. It's unsymmetrical. I want it right on top of her head. So the mod allows us to do it on the fly without any sort of inifile magic buggery, I don't know. So diverse dragons. It does something about dragons. I don't know. People recommended it. I installed it. I have no idea what it does. No, I know. Yeah, no, I actually don't know. It's probably the only mod I really don't know what it does. Well, whatever. Dual shift redux, it allows us to carry both weapons visible on their seat while we're pairing. I suppose that's pretty self-explanatory. Dwemer tech spells, that's a quest, I think. I have never played it. but it's by a good modder, so let's try it. It might be fun. Extensive follower framework. Good to have, but I don't think we will be playing a whole lot with followers. I have installed E00 and I have installed Kaiden. I have also the interesting NPCs, but I usually play the game solo. It's just, you know, more challenging, more controlled, and also Requiem does not play well with followers. So we might be using them occasionally to spice things up, but it's not going to be something permanent. But the EFF will help us control it a little bit better. Those are just blood textures. Had companions, that's an overhaul of the companions questline a little bit, so that should make it a bit more fun and dynamic. Expanded towns and cities, beautiful thing. There's not a lot of settings here, so it just makes cities more beautiful and full. UI, factions. This will allow us to do something that should have been done. Something that Oblivion had. We will be able to see where we are at each faction, where we are Thanes, if we are a champion of something. Just a nice little thing. This is a place where we can change our idols. And we will probably be changing some idols. Like, for instance, I will show you what this one does. Let me turn off the mix. This one and this one. See? She stands differently now. I will have to do something about the mouse so that it doesn't bump the desk so much. And... oh, I don't have the foot wraps mod, really? Really? It's horrible. Ah, Requiem. Alright. Okay, thanks. So, let's go back to Finis. Psia. P-C-A-I-E-A. I am not good at spelling things around. This we can use much later in the game if we will want to feel awesome. And you know, it just allows you to pick some animations that are exclusive to your character. It's a neutral idol, and we will probably use one of those because we don't want to stand the same way as everybody else. But the idol everybody else uses comes from a mod, I think that's immersive animations or something, a really well done mod. So we will get to experience it a lot everywhere, and we can just change our own sometimes if we want. Footprints, it's just a visual mod. It allows us to leave footprints all over the place. Frostfall is the primary survival mod. It's brutal, and it's the reason why at the start of the game we will definitely stay in the southern regions of the mod. Visiting College of Winterhold was the biggest mistake I have made on my on my Frostfall playthrough. I haven't played too long, but I have gone there with a cat and there was no cat back. So I basically was stuck there. And to make this, it has some survivals. Sorry. Oh, my voice is giving up already. I got to meet people more and talk to them because I am not good at voicing. So anyway, the Frostfall makes it so that if you actually succumb to frost and would have died, somebody can save you, and they don't take a lot of money from you. So I have made it so, well, not in the mod, it's just in my personal rule set, that we lose 100 gold per level for getting, you know, wrecked by the frost, so that it actually has consequence. I'm sorry. Goggles and Scouter, they add Goggles and Scouter. There's nothing much to say about it. If we will find them, then we will see. This is a visual mod for werewolves. This adds a lot of armor. This will need a lot of configuring, and we might be changing this during gameplay if we will be bored. I mostly installed this mod because if we want to actually experience all of the quests, all of the locations, I'm pretty sure it would get pretty boring to keep, you know, running into the same old Draugr, the same old Falmer, the same old. So this mod will allow us to turn on plenty of different creatures and add some diversity whenever we feel it's needed. At the start, I will probably just set it to the lore-friendly, easy version, so that it's just there. But it's options, you know? It's options so that we don't get bored. I think that's very important. Immersive hosts is a good thing to... let me bring my mouse back because it's messing up with my task manager on the other screen. Well, I guess it won't work. Oh well then, let's not click anything. So immersive hosts is just a host management HUD. Alright, Inigo, it's one of the companions. We might play with him, we might not. Jackson's Lies Please, real names, those are nice mods. Positioner, this mod is amazing. I absolutely love it. I cannot play without it. This is a mod that lets you turn Skyrim into The Sims. You can grab anything from the world. You can bring it to your home. You can put it there. You can replace it. You can move it. We will be using this a lot, and it's going to be glorious. I love it. This is one of the best mods for Skyrim ever made. You go, Jackson. All right. This also allows us to, for instance, rename the containers so that we know what's in what chest. That's mostly what I use it for. Legacy of the Dragonborn. I have talked about this mod. I have gushed about this mod. I could gush about this mod for another hour, but I should not do that. We will not be configuring a lot of it because it's pretty damn good as it is. And here's the checklist. This is the museum. These are all the things that we have to bring, and we have to find, and we have to display. And this too will be glorious. This is, of course, what I'm showing you right now is just one category. It's the whole of Heroes 1. And there is a lot more of them. So I have installed most of the mods that are integrated into Legacy, but there are a few missing. We do not have Falskar because there is not a lot of items there. You know, I have it written down somewhere because I wanted to make this clear. I have it. I hope this isn't too loud. Let me move this a little bit away. I wanted to actually tell this. Here it is. Alright. So from mods that are supported by Legacy that we are not using is the Wormstooth. That's a few items, I think 4 or 5. It's a huge mod. It's an old mod. You can't even get it on the Nexus. I don't want to risk it. I don't need a New Lands mod. We are also not using Falskar because there's also not that many items, and honestly the story of that mod, storyline of that mod doesn't speak to me much. I have voiced in it and it's a probably very well made mod. I don't want to say a bad thing about it. I haven't played it, so I don't really have a right to do that. But you know, a war, some commander, some king, you know, that's just not my jam, you know. And it's a New Lands mod, and I don't really need any. So I have decided to pass on it. We are also not using elemental dragons because it conflicts with diverse dragons and probably conflicts with Requiem, and I just couldn't be bothered. So that's probably a few ingredients here or there. We are not using the Skyrim Underground because it's not patched for Requiem, and I cannot patch it because I don't know how. And it's a really big mod, and I have heard that it's pretty damn sweet. But you know, when it comes to the Underground, once we finish the game, if we finish it, and if we will want to check it out, we can always install it on top of the install. So that's not a problem. But for now, I have decided to pass on it because it's just it is not integrated into this game, you know, and it's based on combat, so it's not the best. And one more thing we are not using is the Dawnguard Arsenal because, again, it's not patched for Requiem, and those weapons I might be confusing them with regular Dawnguard weapons, unlike the Oblivion thing, this one. Those weapons from the Oblivion Artifacts pack are also not made for Requiem. So when we find them, we will not use them. We will just get them to the museum. The whole point of this is to, you know, collect and display and all that. because I don't think they will be good to use. I mean, we can try if they will look usable, not too strong, not too weak, but mostly we'll just treat them as artifacts. Everything else we have, installed. When it comes to the Mad Masker, I have molded this mod. I have completely pulled it apart and made a different mod of it, and then integrated it into a different mod that I have also molded. So basically we will be finding those things because I don't like the fact that you can go to the store and buy them. So instead of going to the store and buying them, we will be finding them in different places, mostly little golden chests, because there is a mod that adds tons of golden chests and they used to have normal loot, and I have replaced that with the items from the Mad Masker. So the other thing I have integrated is actually the Ethereum thing, because from what I have read, it is somewhere here. Here. From what I have read, you cannot actually make all of them wherever they are made. I don't want to know where. I didn't check because I want to be surprised. But there's some sort of forge or whatever where you get some materials where you can make some of those weapons. You have to choose. And since we want to play it once and fill the museum, I have actually taken those Ethereum ores and ingots, and I have integrated them into some treasures, mostly dwarven ones. I have tried to keep it as lore friendly and as logical as possible. So we can find a few of those ores, and they will be very valuable because I think they will be very rare. So basically that's it. I have molded a bunch of mods. They might crap out, but you know, for greater glory and for science. So what's there? Loot and degradation. I will configure it in a way that will not be too annoying. It will basically mean that we will not be able to just improve something and just keep it like that. I will not make it just break down completely, because A, that's annoying, and B, I don't want to suddenly have my armor break down and have to censor half of the video, because that would be pretty troublesome, you know? Especially since, you know, my friend said when I told him that about this nakedness issue, he said, no, go into the first person. Yeah, sure. Not in Skyrim. Skyrim is too smart for that. That would be just as troublesome. So yeah. Alright, so as we go further, we're almost done. There is the minty lightning. That's just lightnings that can do stuff, which is fun. Maybe we'll get struck by one. There's the more interesting loot. We will probably have to, when we find some stuff from here, we will probably have to go and patch it so that it's less OP for Requiem, but it does have a patch, so maybe not. More HUD. So fast main quest, is something for role-playing. Always pick up books. That means we won't have to open every book before we pick it up, which will make it more smooth for playthrough. Player head tracking is such a good mod, so that your character just doesn't stare into the space when somebody's talking to them. And for instance, when you are passing beside a dead body, we will actually look at it. Just really nice. Random encounters, that's also something that will spice up the adventuring. We can change it, we can turn it off, that's not a problem. Relationship dialogue overhaul. I won't notice what it does because I don't remember how it was without it, but it makes some of the dialogues more natural, more fitting, and just, you know, acknowledge that you are their friends or something. Realistic needs and diseases. This is our basic mod. I will also try to configure it in a way that will make it fun but not annoying. We can always change it if, for instance, we will be getting hungry too often or tired too often. If it will be getting tiresome, we can always just make it easier. So that's great. What I would want is that I need has an option that makes all the crops owned, and I am very curious if R&D can do that too. Probably not. Probably not. So we'll just have to roleplay that. If we will want to take something from a field of owned crops, we will just, you know, sneak around and stuff. Requiem, of course. I don't change a lot of stuff here. We will be getting 10 attribute points per level because that's just nicer. and 5 per level, but I have changed carry weight in the uncapper, so maybe we will be just getting it automatically. 5 of those per level, because we want to play a pack rat experience, so it's more about, you know, fun playing style and progress than being realistic and roleplay. Because normally you should only get that when you are getting stamina or something, but you know, it's a single player game, we'll do what we want. Simply Knock is a simple mod that lets you knock on the doors. High UI is something without which you should not play the game ever, unless you are on console. Skyrim Unlocked makes it possible to enter some locations that would otherwise be blocked, but we will not unlock things that may make it problematic. So it will just make give a little bit more logic to the world. Skyrim's unique treasures, that's stuff for legacy. It's more fun stuff. Sleep tight means that bandits or whatever will be sleeping at night, and people, and maybe it will make it more fun to, you know, storm some places at night. We'll see. Spectraverse is a quest. Succubus race. This will allow us to choose our Hamsters. I have already done this. I have chosen Fire Atronek. Now, when it comes to the wings, there's a slight problem because the prettiest ones are, well, I can talk, but I can also show you. No, it's not the right button. I have not played Skyrim in quite some time, so let's do this. Yeah, the voice goes away because it doesn't fit our style of play. So basically, as you cannot see, where are the... Something is broken. Alright, I'll handle this later. It should show wings and stuff. Let's just give it a little bit of go. I have tested it before and it was working. Something went wrong. Play sound. Animated wings, bloody. That's what I wanted to show you. That's problematic. Tail animated. There they are. Alright. Where are the horns? Something borked about the horns. But the tail is moving and the wings are here. I will just have to see what's up with the horns and fix it if need be. But see, that's the problem. Those wings are beautiful, but with this E and B, they are bright as hell. But I suppose in first person... Yeah, so basically you have this form. And when you have this form, you can jump higher. But there is a but. Let me get there. Succubus. The alphabet is too hard, apparently. There's this setting, aggression as a succubus. If you are in this form, this will be... It won't do anything because it's Requiem, no matter. So people will attack you on sight. So the way I'm thinking is, once we are actually renowned in the world, then we will turn it off and we will be able to use our form in cities and stuff. You know, just a little bit of role-playing. What's up with the horns, though? Give me my horns back. Are all the horns broken? Or just those? All the horns are broken. Why? I'll have to fix it. But I'll of course do that off screen. Anyway, moving on. We have taken care of business. That will change the Thieves Guild quite a bit. And probably let us be a little bit of a role-playing Robin Hood kind of person than just a thug. But most importantly, it might let us stick it to Maven. And that's the important part of this mod. That's something I really want to see. I have tried to delete part of this mod that makes it possible to always give money to people, even if they are the yaw of solitude or whatever. I think I have removed that. If not, I will remove it later. It's fine. Tentapalooza that adds some fun tents. Trade and barter just changes some merchant gold or whatever, I don't know. It's a trade mod, it's fine. It makes it more sensible, whatever. And red books glow so that we know which books we should take and which we have already taken. Violence, it's good. It allows us to control the way kill moves are displayed. For instance, we might not be getting some sort of problematic zooms or whatever. It's good to have. Wearable lanterns, wet and cold, it's just visuals. Wildcat combat, it's a combat mod. I have never used it. I have installed it because it sounded fun. It might be terrible, but it seems to be configurable, so we can turn it off if it's terrible. I mean, not the mod might be terrible, but my using of it might be terrible. I am not good at, fast combat, flank somebody, stab them in the neck, stab them in the knee, run away, turn around, screw that. I want to stand in the back and shoot stuff at it. We'll see. It will probably be most visible once we are doing the companions quest line, if we will decide to go full combat for it, which we might for fun. But yeah, Wonders of Weather, just pretty stuff. And this is a skeleton. It's important for animations to work. So yeah, that's it. I have to configure all of this offline. There's also Minor Arcana, Turns of our Compass. And I will want to return this compass. I have done it last time. I don't remember how. I have to find it out. I'll have to find out what's happened to the horns. And then once everything is done, everything is configured, we will return in the next episode. I will introduce the character, her goals, the wacky role-playing that will be taking place, and we'll begin this adventure of unknown amount of episodes. So yeah. Oh my god, I'm just going to go eat some hot jelly because my voice is out, and so am I. Bye bye.